Hey everyone, how's it going? Epos here. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird, I just woke up, and I've discovered that there's apparently a whole, group of haters against Halo 4 that I didn't even realize existed, and they're hating on it for very, very stupid reasons. So I just kind of wanted to address what they seem to think, and hopefully we can put an end to it, honestly. I'm going to read a comment from my Halo 4 review posted up on the Halo Fix channel. It starts out with, I'm not going to say the name, but it'd be obvious. Wow, you really kissed up the game. Multiplayer as slow as everyone crouches to hide the radar guns. They don't even sound Halo style. Oh yeah, hope they don't make another Halo game again. Well, for one, that's not even a sentence or a paragraph or anything, so that makes absolutely no sense. But dissecting it, they're saying, I really kissed up to the game. The multiplayer is slow. Everyone crouches, not crotches, to hide from the radar, and the guns don't sound Halo style. Okay. I replied, but let's just move on to his next comment before I start addressing things. I played every other Halo game and I have liked them. By the way, I have played this and finished the game, in fact. Didn't take too long. Halo 3 is, and always will be, the best. At least when someone leaves a multiplayer game in Halo 3, it doesn't host migrate all the time. Oh, and I know big Halo fans, and they even think it's a piece of shit. I don't care about grammar and punctuation because it's on the internet. For one, being on the internet is no excuse not to use grammar and punctuation. Grow up. 4-2. No Halo game is going to be Halo 3. We're not just going to get a bunch of Halo 3s again, and that expectation is absolutely ridiculous. And honestly, that was my biggest annoyance with people who criticized Halo Reach, was they were essentially criticizing that it wasn't Halo 3. If we get the same game over and over again, we're getting nothing different, we're getting nothing innovative, and frankly, you're going to start complaining about that. I'm going to start complaining about that, because they're just re-releasing the same game. This isn't Call of Duty. This will never, ideally, be Call of Duty. So, no. And when you say any game is just a piece of shit, you're really throwing your opinion out the window. And a lot of people who might have legitimate points why they don't like Halo 4 just kind of let their opinions die off because they say things like it's a piece of shit. You don't even say Call of Duty is a piece of shit and expect your opinion to be heard or recognized. It's not, that's not even creating an actual opinion. That's just throwing insults out for no reason. If you want to, come up with an actual opinion and give a reason why you personally don't like the game, then fine, whatever. So let's look at the points he did bring up. He said, the multiplayer is slow and everyone tries to crouch to hide from the radar. Well, for one, in what Halo game did people not crouch to hide away from the radar? That is what you did in every Halo game, and that's not a new feature, that's not a new gameplay tactic, that is something people did in every game. And if anything, I've seen less and less people doing that, simply because of the Promethean vision they added specifically to avoid people being able to, completely crouch and camp and hide from you. I use it all the time, so I see someone crouching around a corner, I know to jump up and go kill them. And again, that's not a new feature. It's not, crouching has been in the game the whole time. As far as the multiplayer being slow, have you played the multiplayer, buddy? You said you finished campaign. Have you played the multiplayer? I've played every single game mode, and starting with Infinity Slayer and moving upwards, it does nothing but get faster and faster paced. Way faster than Reach's gameplay, obviously, and quite a bit faster than Halo 3's ever was. Your pride and joy gameplay. Halo 4's multiplayer is way faster thus far, and a lot more engaging, so I don't know what the hell game you're playing, but no. And again, it's not going to be Halo 3. You really honestly shouldn't even be comparing it to Halo 3. It is a new game in itself. It is a completely new series. That is the point I was driving home. It is completely new, and that is what we need. That is what has to happen, else they're just going to be releasing the same game over and over. It has to evolve. It has to change. And you can't say the guns don't sound Halo-esque. A game does not have its own set of sounds in that kind of sense. And even if it does, the gun sounds in Halo does not steer away from it that much. Again, it's going to a more grittier sci-fi kind of feel, so naturally the gun sounds are going to go with it. And honestly, it sounds a lot better. They seem to have taken the original Halo gun sounds and just kind of made them sound much more badass, much more, like I said, grittier, much more, this is going to kill you, and that's a good thing. That is really a good thing. Let's see here. What else did he say? I hope they don't make another Halo game again. Oh yeah, to that I responded, well, be prepared for 2 more, buddy, because it's part of another trilogy, and I'm absolutely stoked for that. They're gonna do, 343 is gonna do a great job with the rest of the trilogy, and I'm very excited that they're the ones making it. That we are going to, hell, there might be more than 2 more games, which to an extent can be a kind of worrying or scary thought for some, but from my perspective, if they're going to keep driving the sci-fi genre, the game itself could go off in all different directions. I mean, look at Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach. Those are core, well, I guess ODST not so much, but those are like core Halo games that completely branched off from the main story everyone wanted and still provided a fun and enjoyable experience. And those who are really into the story, like myself, it provided some backstory. It provided an extra chapter of the book that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten to see if you only wanted to play as Master Chief. And for those who wanted to play as Master Chief, you didn't miss anything. You still got the same experience without missing out on anything, and that's great too. And then you have Halo Wars, which is a huge step that most game franchises never make, in that it is a completely different genre of game. It's an RTS. Granted, I suck at RTSs, and I had trouble even finishing the game, but it was still a great step for the story. It still explained a lot of backstory to before the first Halo game, and it was very useful for core Halo fans. And so now that they're more approaching this sci-fi style, they can start taking things from sci-fi movies and novels and not actual like story elements so much as like tactics as far as telling the story, and they can just start expanding in all different directions, and there's nothing wrong with that. And again, I'm still waiting for the Halo movie directed by Peter Jackson. That's going to be awesome, but that may not happen for a long time. And when I don't know. It's not Halo 3. Halo 3 is not coming back. If you want to play Halo 3, then fucking go play Halo 3 and quit bitching about Halo Reach or Halo 4 or whatever. But it's not. The game is evolving, the game is changing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you need to have an open mind. You need to let yourself have fun, because there's absolutely no reason to be this critical over a game. And frankly, the same thing applies to Call of Duty. If you're going to go into it, you know, if you're going to go into each new game as thinking it's going to suck, then of course it's going to suck. The problem is in people still buying the game if they know it's going to suck. You know, if they innately just assume it's going to suck, then stop buying it. But personally, every couple Call of Duties after I take a break, I go into it with an open mind. I borrow a copy or check it out and play it, and I generally have fun for a little while, and that's what games are about. Games aren't about just saying, oh, this is a piece of shit. You clearly enjoyed yourself to some extent if you finished it. The campaign is at least, 6 to 8 hours long, probably more. I haven't finished it yet. And you don't sit through that entire game. Sure, it's not a long, like, Mass Effect game, but it is still 6 to 8 hours of your time. You do not sit through that if you're not having fun, so don't even. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a nice day.